Hello students, I'm Sakshi Mathur, your science teacher, and today we are going to start our new chapter, that is states of matter. The topics which we are going to study in this video are about the three states of matter, that is solids, liquids and gases. We will be discussing the characteristics of all the three states of matter. We will also discuss about the interchangeability of states of matter, where we will be discussing about melting, freezing, evaporation and condensation. So let's start. Matter. First of all, what is matter? Any substance that has mass, by mass I mean weight, and occupies space is called as matter. So whichever things have mass and occupy space is called as matter. Matter is made up of tiny particles called as molecules. What is matter made up of? Molecules. The picture which is shown below on the screen contains some round circles. I have represented them as molecules. We will be discussing the solids, liquids and gases, which are the three states of matter, on the basis of the molecular arrangement. So I hope you understood the concept of matter. Everything around you has some weight and occupy space. Example, your bed. Your bed has some weight and occupy a space in your room. It is called as matter. Your pencil, your phone, your wardrobe, everything. Let's move further and discuss the three states of matter separately. Solids. They have fixed shape and definite volume. That means solid have fixed shape. You can't change the shape, and they are easy to hold, and they have fixed volume. Why? Because the molecules are very close to each other. Why solids have fixed shape? Because the molecules are very close to each other. They don't have any intermolecular space. You can see in the picture, I have represented the molecules very closely. They are touching each other. That means there is no space between them. They can't change their shape when we press it. But if we allow some external force, very harder force on a solid, then it can change its shape. They are very easy to hold and they cannot flow. Your bed cannot flow, right? Your eraser cannot flow. It is a solid, but it can be cut into a shape. Like example, if you take a plywood and bang a hammer on it, that is a very harder force is applied on it, then it will break into some pieces. What will happen? The shape of the solid is changed when some external or harder force is applied on it. Example, pencil, book, chair, tires, glass. Mostly everything around us is solid, right? So I hope the characteristics are clear to you. Next we move to the topic liquids. Liquids have definite volume but do not have fixed shape. What do I mean by this? If you take 10 ml of water in a glass, the liquid will take the shape of the glass, right? But if I pour this 10 ml of water which is in the glass into a jar, the liquid quantity, that is the volume, or it is 10 ml, will not change. Only the shape of the liquid will change. It will take the shape of the container in which they are poured in. And why? Because the molecules are loosely packed and are continuously moving around as compared to the solids. The molecules in liquids are a bit loosely packed They move around. That is why liquids can flow. That is why liquids can flow and take the shape of the vessel in which they are poured in. They are liquids. They have only definite volume but no fixed shape. They flow from high level to lower level. You always that the water always flow from higher level to lower level. Example, milk, juices, water. They are the examples of liquids. Next we move towards the gases. What are the characteristics of gases? They do not have any fixed shape and don't have the fixed volume. They neither have the fixed shape nor the volume. Why? By now I know that my students know the answer. Because the molecules are very loosely packed and they move in all directions. You can see in the picture. As compared to solids and liquids, the molecules of gases are very far apart from each other. That is why they move in all directions. And you cannot fix a shape or a volume of particular gas. They spread out and fill up the space available, thus changing their volume. They move around, gas particles move around. That is why you cannot fix a particular volume for a particular gas, right? They continuously change because of the molecular arrangement. It is invisible. Example, air, cooking gas, carbon dioxide, steam, all are the examples of gases. So these were the characteristics of the states of matter, that is solids, liquids and gases. Interchangeability of states of matter. Interchangeability word means the three states of matter interchange in between themselves. That is, the solids get converted into liquid, liquid convert into gas, and gas convert into solid again. So this process is called as interchangeability, and it takes place due to the change in temperature. Why interchangeability of states of matter takes place? Due to the change in temperature, and change in temperature means heating or cooling, right? So let's discuss the interchangeability of states of matter, that is solids to liquids, liquids to gas and gas to solids. Let's discuss what is the process called. Students, look at the diagram carefully. Water exists in all the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. In solid, water is in the ice form. Liquid, we daily drink water in liquid form, and gas is the water vapor form. So let's discuss the left side first, that is the red arrows. Concentrate on red arrows as I am saying. When you take out an ice from the freezer and keep it on the table, that means temperature is changing, right? So ice will start melting in the water, right? Ice will start melt and convert into liquid. So the process of conversion of solid into liquid is called as melting. Understood what is melting? Next we move to the same arrow, that is red arrow, towards upwards. When liquid is converted into gas on heating is called as evaporation. When liquid is converted into gas on heating is called as evaporation. Example, boiling of water. When your mother boils the water, you see that she puts on the gas stove on, heat is applied on the pan, and then water gets evaporated. The vapors come out. What are these vapors called? Water vapor. And it is an example of gas. So liquid is converting into gas. It is called as evaporation. So these were the change in temperature due to heating. Now we move to the blue part, that is the blue arrows. We will discuss upside down. That is from gas to liquid. The conversion of gas to liquid is called as condensation. What it is called? condensation. Example is rain. You see that water vapor is present in the clouds. When it comes down in the form of rain, it is in liquid form. So which state of matter is changing? Gas into liquid. It is called as condensation. Last is freezing. When liquid converts into solid on cooling is called as freezing. This you daily do in your homes. We put water in our ice tray. Water is in liquid form and then we keep it in the freezer, right, to freeze, that is to cool. What happens? The water which is in liquid form changes to ice. Ice is a solid. So changing of liquid to solid is called as freezing. I hope the terms are clear to you. Let's move towards the definition of all these four topics. Melting. The process by which a solid changes to liquid is called as melting. Example, ice converts into water. Ice is solid and water is liquid. Freezing. The process by which liquid changes into a solid is called as freezing. Example, again, ice into water into ice. You daily do this example. Water is converted into ice. Evaporation, boiling of water is the example. The process by which a liquid changes into vapor on heating is called as evaporation. What it is called? Evaporation. Repeat after me the terms. Condensation. The process by which gas changes into liquid on cooling is called as condensation. Example, rain. So these were the interchangeability of states of matter processes called. Thank you and have a nice day.